Welcome home, masters and misses. My name's HidoriKuro, and welcome back to more Zenless Zone Zero. Where last left off, we began the first part of Bury Your Tears with the Past Side B. And, oh man, we're getting to a lot of it. We're learning more about the Exaltists, but the more I learn about them, the more I hate them. Especially when we learned that Vivian was once a part of them, and the head leader, what was his name? Said I already forgot. But the guy that was leading them was using Vivian's foresight of omens in his favor for the experiments. This did lead to his death, but his daughter started resenting Vivian for it and took over operations. Along with another person named, what was it, Camille? Right, and the one leading them now is Dina. My question is she the only leader? Like, is he the head of the entire organization of Exaltists, or is this only just one part of it? And she's only one of the head honchos. That's what I'm worried about, because if she is, even if we do deal with her, and that's a big if, there's probably be more to worry about. And that's what worries me. That even if we deal with Dina, there's still not going to be much done in the process. We did also meet, apparently, the agent that the mayor sent to help us out. I think, hard her name to pronounce again, Yizwen, I think that's pronounced. I'm terrible with pronouncing Chinese-sounding names. I really am. Like, when I played Genshin and got to Leeway, so many names I was butchering in that area. Like, my god. And I even had the same hard time in Honkai Star Rail when we got to the Xianzhou Lao Fu. So I'm betting when we get to season 2 of this game and we meet all these new agents and everything, there's still going to be so many names I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing, even no matter how many times I hear them, and that's going to be annoying as all hell for me. But anyway, let's get back to the main story right already. Weiss, Vivian was in the store just now, but you weren't here. You see, need something? It was about the Sacrifice Core. The first time the Sacrifice Core appeared was at that auction, so she decided to try and find the security footage from after that day. It's possible more happened afterwards and we were simply unaware of it. Possibly, because apparently, according to Dina, the Sacrifice Core Hartman brought to them was a fake, a forgery. Which begs the question, was it swapped at the auction, or did Hugo have the real one on him when Lycon took him out? Well, quote-unquote took him out. I still don't think he's dead. If we can get the footage, we may gain new clues. Weiss, if you have time, head to the Lumina Galleria to meet up with Vivian. You know what, just a second, because there's something I've been meaning to do. After looking over the recordings from the last episode, I've noticed... Nope, the volume is at max. What in the world? I guess it's just only on my end or something. I don't know, because when I play back the audio... in CapCut, the audio seems a bit low in certain areas, lower than it should be. I don't know. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this started now. Then again, I have my volume set on my own set up to like 40, so like halfway up there, so that's probably why, I don't know. I guess it sounds different to me compared to other people. Yeah, what if Hugo swapped the cores when no one was looking? Either at the auction, after he stole it at the auction, or sometime after that. And he probably still has the real one on him. Earlier, Vivian exchanged information with an acquaintance in the auction house's lounge.
Shaw, I didn't expect you to be working here. Perfect.
Shaw? What are you doing here? For those who don't know, Shaw's like one of the many NPCs in this game, and we went into her quite often in the overworld. In fact, he's been the head of a couple of limited time events too, like basically login events or something like that. It's interesting to see her in the main story.
I was just covering someone's shift. The screening here is super strict, and I was afraid the supervisor would realize I was new and subbing for someone, so I hid in the control room during the supervisor's inspection. So I happened to bump into this guy, a blonde man wearing a hat, and I think he was checking some footage.
That was definitely Hugo.
Then he logged that footage into the tape he brought. Later, I found that part of the footage had been wiped.
Blonde, wearing a hat. Could it be Hugo?
Do we know any other hat-wearing blondes? Now that I think about it, is there any blondes in this game? Playable blondes in this game that I don't remember? Because almost everyone in this game just had either a redhead, black hair, silver hair, gray hair. I think, yeah, Nicole has blue hair. No, purple hair. Nicole has purple hair. No, wait, Trigger is blonde. I think she's the only blonde in this game, playable blonde in this game right now. Weird.
Do you know him?
I think it's him. If it were Hugo... I think I know where he would hide the tape. Thank you, Shaw. You were a big help.
Great! You also helped me a lot when I started working. I used to make mistakes all the time. If it weren't for you cleaning up my messes, I would have been fired ages ago. So, I'm happy I could help you too. Alright, go ahead and do what you need to do. We'll catch up another time.
It was nice to see Saul. After saying goodbye to Saul, Vivian leaves the lounge. Lord Phaeton, you're here. Someone I used to work part-time with just so happens to be covering a shift at the auction. I learned from her that Hugo once took some footage away with him. I think Hugo was planning something, so he hid the security footage. But once I knew when Hugo came here, I should be able to guess where he put the videotape. How? We are Mockingbird, after all. It shouldn't be surprising we have subtle ways of communicating information, should it? True. Once on a mission, we couldn't use communicators. So Hugo trained a few birds and put trackers on so we could communicate. But after that mission ended, we let them roam free. But I just checked the trackers, and one of those birds flew near the auction venue on the day Hugo took the footage. It still flies around here from time to time. The tracker only gives a broad area, but I believe this might be something Hugo left for us to find. If I'm not mistaken, the videotape is hidden wherever the bird is. I can't be sure which bird Hugo used this time, but all the birds he originally trained had at least some black feathers, like a mockingbird. Lord Phaeton, let's split up and search the area. If you see a bird, you can send me a picture of it. I should be able to recognize it. Alright then, you gotta leave. Let's start over here. These have some black feathers on them. Could this be it? A soft yet sweet ball of fluff. It's hard to imagine that this is the bird Hugo chose for the mission. But it does have some black feathers, so maybe this is it? Either way, might as well take a picture and send it to Vivian. After sending the picture of the panda-colored chunk of a bird to Vivian, you get a negative answer. Let's keep looking elsewhere. Okay, so it wasn't this one. I started sprinting. I was playing another game where sprinting was the right bumper. Could it be this one? This one's all covered in all black feathers. Of course, it could be just a black feathered pigeon. Black crows in a dark alley. Seems a bit cliche, but this really is a good place to hide something. Let's take a photo of this crow and send it to Vivian. After receiving the photo, Vivian quickly responds, "That's the one." She quickly comes over. That's the one. It's all thanks to Lord Phaeton we found them so quickly. If it's here, then Hugo must have hidden the videotape among these boxes. You look through the boxes and find the recording, but it's been damaged. Of course it was. After discussing with Vivian, you decide to head back to the video store together to repair it and check the contents before making your next move. Sounds like a smart play. We need to see what's on this tape first before we make any other decisions, so we know where to go from there. Barry repairs the videotape, and you watch the recording. The content leaves you shocked. It's a conversation between Hugo and Camille? Why was he with Camille?
If I'm not mistaken, you and Vivian share the same goal. Silence is no good for negotiation.
I just don't want Dina to reach a point of no return.
At the rate she's going, I'm pretty sure she's going to end up there regardless.
Hasn't she already reached that point with what she's doing?
The formula for the Landon serum was lost, but a batch survived, and Dina was able to develop a substance that can be used for mind control. She's trying to combine the two to make sacrifices that would obey human commands.
Okay, now I remember. The man's name was Landon. But a batch of this stuff survived? and using it to make sacrifices that would obey humans. That is not a good thing to have. If he gets control of that, who knows what kind of chaos he'll cause with it.
If the dormant sacrifice and the remaining Landon serum are destroyed, we can put an end to this. Dina's concoction can't create sacrifices on its own.
Oh, so is Camille playing both sides? Like he's trying to help Dina, but also stop her from going crazy. Well, crazier.
And the sacrifice core?
That belongs to the creator, not her.
I'm still wondering who the hell this creator is.
Although I find Landon's methods despicable, I can't deny that the Exaltists and the creator are leading us in the right direction. I just don't want Dina to spend her life trapped by her father's mistakes.
I mean, no offense, but I find your protectiveness rather weird.
It's because she was trying to fight the gun out of Landon's hand at the time, but in doing so, it went off and killed him. She feels guilty for his death.
I will confirm the location of the dormant sacrifice and find the chance to relay the information to you. I do not want any of my people to be going into danger. As for the sacrifice core, I can only guarantee that it will not fall into her hands. As for how things will ultimately play out,
The creator will guide me.
The video abruptly comes to an end. So that's the footage that was wiped.
Camille was actually destroying the dormant sacrifice?
Why has Hugo never mentioned this before, though?
Compared to Camille's motives, I'm more concerned about whether Hugo has more plans lined up.
Hugo.
Wise, why can't just send a message saying he's got something urgent that he needs to talk to us about now?
Uh-oh. Let's call him up.
Alright, let's patch him in.
Master Proxy, I apologize for disturbing you. We have just learned that the Ravenlock family will host a banquet tonight.
Uh-oh.
This banquet is rather special, as they're allowing members of their family to invite business partners to attend. With Hartman at the center of controversy, there are many members of the family who are eager to use this opportunity to replace him. The mayor has been spreading rumors of a young tycoon who inherited a sizable fortune and is looking to partner with a person from an old and influential family.
The tycoon is going to be us, isn't it?
This information has lured a young man named Burton from the Ravenlock family.
Oh, not that guy.
So, you want me to pose as this tycoon and use Burton to infiltrate the banquet?
Did we not encounter Burton at the auction? He was like that chauvinistic, really entitled guy we encountered like twice. One at that one giveaway and the other at that auction, where the sacrifice core was. Is that not Burton, or am I misremembering? I guess we'll find out later.
Correct. And Hartman's study is also located within the venue.
Oh, which means plenty of juicy secrets you can use to expose him, and hopefully the Exaltists.
I see. Hartman's study might hold valuable information.
What about me?
It seems like there's nothing left for me to do.
You can attend as her +1.
Oh, Lord.
+1? Lord Phaethon, please go with me!
Oh my god, what? How do you go from cool to precious in an instant like that?
Master Proxy, it seems Miss Vivian requires your presence, so...
Yeah, we'll go.
Just your presence will help me immensely.
Let's go together.
Sure. If we go together, we'll be able to keep an eye out for each other. I'll accompany Vivian.
I'll send you the time and place for the meeting with Burton. If you encounter any danger, please evacuate immediately or contact me for backup.
Got it.
I hope everything goes well for you tonight.
You and me both. You get in contact with Burton. He said he'll come to the 6th Street later to escort us to the banquet. Anything I need to look out for? Don't worry, Lord Phaethon. Just leave the socializing to me. Thank you. I hate socializing. I won't let any evildoers get close to you. But since there's still some time before we have to go, should we watch an instructional videotape on formal dinner etiquette together? I learned everything from videotapes when I first went undercover at a banquet for a mission too. Though such a method isn't sufficient to master it, it's enough to deal with this one excursion. Let's do some last-minute studying. Yep, I'll go over the key details for you as we watch the tape. You do some last-minute studying on the etiquette expected at a formal banquet for your mission that night. Before you know it, evening has arrived. I would not be able to handle that mess. I say that as I am dressed as a butler. Lord Phaeton, Braden sent his location. Are you ready to join me for the banquet? I'm ready. Then I'll meet up with Braden first to make sure he's not tampered with the car. Lord Phaeton, please wait 5 minutes before joining me. It'll be safer this way. Alright. Vivian heads off first. After 5 minutes, he sends a message saying it's all good. Let's go meet up. Alright, let's party. I guess. Technically. Also, it's the evening time right now? I think it's the evening time music. Yep, it's it's dusk, really. Okay, so no, it's not the guy from the auction. I can't remember his name. Miss Fancy, this is... Is something the matter? What I mean is, this person doesn't look like your bodyguard. The Ravenlocks can protect me now. If that's true, why would I need to bring a bodyguard? This is my companion for the evening. He heard the Ravenlocks are hosting a banquet with elites from all walks of life in attendance. So he wanted to come and make new friends. You aren't so stingy as to not even allow your guests a +1, are you? Of course not. Since you're an important companion of Miss Vivian's, you are also my honored guest. Let's be off then. My chauffeurs will take you to the port, and from there, we will take a speedboat to the manor. We have to take a speedboat there? Oh boy. About an hour later, you arrive at the Ravenlock Manor. With Burden's guidance, you go through numerous security checks before finally arriving at the banquet hall. The one thing we have to worry about is Hartman being there, because at the moment he sees us, we are compromised.
Miss Banshee, I believe I've shown you my sincerity. Now how about you?
Sincerity? My presence here is a show of sincerity.
If we're to work together, Miss Banshee, you should drop your pretentious act.
I am well aware of the ways of the Ravenlock family. If I were to come empty-handed, I probably wouldn't even be able to make it out the front door tonight. Since I agreed to come with you, and even brought along my most precious companion, does that not show my deepest sincerity?
No need for such an off-color joke. Our door is always open for those coming or going.
We both know what's what, so let's cut the small talk. I know far more about how the Ravenlock family made their fortune than most here. I am also well aware of why Hartman, despite such a massive scandal, still remains in power.
Oh? Do tell.
Exaltists, blessing, sacrifice, Landon. Where would you like me to start?
How did you know that? No, who are you?
Don't be so tense. If I'm not mistaken, it's about time the banquet began. My companion and I are practically famished. Is this how you treat your guests? By letting them starve?
She definitely knows how to play an act.
Perhaps when we've had our fill, we'll remember where the sacrifice is hidden.
You know where the sacrifice is?
So, can we go get something to eat now? And I'm also looking forward to receiving a special dessert from you. We can discuss what you wish to know while we enjoy dessert.
Of course. I wouldn't let such an important guest discuss matters on an empty stomach. As for dessert, I will prepare it myself, and I guarantee it will satisfy you. I'll come find you later. I wish you a pleasant evening.
Burden hurriedly leaves, and Vivian seems to breathe a sigh of relief.
These kinds of people are exhausting to deal with.
I can imagine.
I really don't know how Hugo used to put up with it.
You were totally like a noble lady just now.
You always manage to surprise me. You sent him off with just a few words. If I were him, I'd think you were a powerful noble lady.
It's just some techniques Hugo taught me. Like that dessert I mentioned. It means I want them to offer more if they want to come to an accord. Fortunately, that old fox Hartman is terrified of losing power. He's definitely keeping the destruction of the sacrifice and the fact that the sacrifice core is fake hidden from the other family members.
Right. If they knew about it, his goose would be cooked already.
Otherwise, Burton wouldn't have been so willing to raise his offer. Lord Phaethon, let's find Hartman's study when the banquet is at its busiest.
Alright, stick to the plan.
Alright. I've already taken note of the surrounding terrain. Once more people arrive, we'll enter the garden through the door in the corner of the banquet hall.
Wherever you go, I'll follow, Lord Phaethon.
Focus on the plan, sweetie. In accordance with the plan, you head deep into the manor after sneaking out of the banquet hall with Vivian. It doesn't take you long to reach Hartman's study, and with a gentle push, the door actually opened. He left it unlocked? Is he really that careless or overconfident, or is this a trap?
Isn't this going a bit too well?
I was just thinking it. This is going too easy for us. Something's wrong. I always get suspicious when things get too easy. Let's contact Lycon, just in case.
The security outside of the manor is really strict, but maybe it's more lax on the inside? Just in case, though, let's contact Lycon.
I really don't think they would be that careless to leave security lax on the inside of a place just because it's tight on the outside.
Right. Having some backup would be safer.
Our top priority is to investigate Hartman's office.
Let's check Hartman's recent correspondences for clues. I still have concerns about the sacrifice core.
Right. Though the core he gave Dina was fake, Hartman might have left a trick up his sleeve and hid the real one.
The question is why. Let's split up.
Let's split up.
I really don't like the idea of splitting up, but okay. You and Vivian search through Hartman's office for a while, but find nothing. Just then, footsteps suddenly come from outside, and in a moment of panic, you hide behind the desk.
Esteemed guests, is the catering at the Ravenlock family banquet not to your satisfaction?
Son of a...
So much so that these two distinguished guests felt the need to come to my humble office to scavenge for food.
And he's packing a revolver.
Don't want to come out? Well, after all, you don't have long left. Burton, that greedy idiot, fell for the mayor's trap. But I never expected that he would bring you into my territory. I suppose I should thank him. Otherwise, I would have had to go to great lengths to eliminate you. Vivian, Phaethon, give Hugo my regards. Tell him I shall be taking the wealth and power of the Ravenlock family for myself.
Hartman raises his gun, aiming at the desk. Yet there is no gun sight. With a clink of metal, a familiar voice comes.
The bullet? How?
Hugo! I knew you were alive!
Dear uncle, why must we be so distant with one another?
And he took the bullets.
You can just tell me what you want to say directly.
Hugo! Impossible! You're...
Uncle, you must know a Ravenlock will never stop until they get what they want. Did you really think I would be defeated so soon? When I have yet to trample you into the dirt.
Goddamn, that's a sick line. Also, let's be real. This art goes hard. It goes so hard. I mentioned in the last video. The art team just cooks with these panels. Like, look at this. You tell me no one would drool over this.
You filthy bastard! You only know how to resort to these petty tricks!
You're one to talk.
Petty tricks. Perhaps you'd like to know what I managed to accomplish using this faked death of mine.
Right, with everyone thinking he's dead, he must have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes while no one was paying attention.
My dear uncle.
So I guess I'm switching to Hugo's point of view. Shortly before. Yep.
Faking my own death. Hope it's all worth the theatrics in the end.
Goes where Lycon is. Oh boy.
It was just to keep Hartman off my back, but maybe I went a little overboard.
A little.
The manager must be pretty shaken up. I should apologize at some point.
It's Vivian you need to apologize to. I thought you were dead. Losing the one person that mattered most to her. Aside from Faith, then, of course.
Guess I'll also bring Lycon along. He's my partner in crime, after all.
You're late.
So strict. Spare me a moment to catch my breath, will you?
You're taking longer to rest than I expected.
Oh, okay. So that's how he did it. And that's how they faked. He had a blood pack right where Lycon attacked. So it made it look like it did stab him. Oh, that was clever. That's clever. I would never even thought about that.
Lycon, you think too highly of my physical capabilities. Well, thank you for your cooperation. I must say, if nothing else, at least your acting skills have improved. Why do you look so angry? You should be happy. We pulled that off together with flawless teamwork and managed to fool everyone.
Drop your foolish facade.
I'm glad you still remember the code we set all those years ago. And thank you for ensuring your sleight of hand didn't deteriorate. Oh, right. I should also thank the blood bag hidden in my clothes and our other props. Do you remember when we last used this trick? It was probably ages ago.
Sometimes I really don't understand you. Have you never thought about what the consequences would be if I didn't understand your code? If I decided against helping you? Or if I just couldn't control my strength properly?
You'd understand it.
He really had that much faith in Lycon.
Of course. If things really did go awry, I had alternative plans.
Of course.
You wouldn't be so arrogant as to think I'd bet everything on you, would you?
You're insane.
What else is new?
Aw, I'm flattered.
the subtitles didn't even match what he said.
So what exactly is the purpose behind all this? Surely after going to such great lengths to erase your own existence, you don't just plan to hide here and reminisce about the past with me. Don't try to brush this off. I've already helped you enact your plan. Tell me the truth.
Don't get your tail in a twist. I have more plans that require your assistance, so naturally I would not hide anything from you. Simply put, as things stand, whether as Hugo Vlad or as Mockingbird, I am doomed to die.
Seems you've made quite a few enemies.
As a member of the Ravenlock family, I negotiated with Edmund and managed to obtain resources from Tops for my future plans. I also confirmed what attitude they held toward your master, the Mayflower family. Meanwhile, I used my identity in Mockingbird to strike a deal with Hartman and gather information on their collaboration with the remnants of the Exaltists. That's where I got my intel on what Bringer left. Oh, by the way, the crime declaration letter that your dear mayor received, that was also sent by yours truly.
Oh.
He's probably figured that out by now, right? Though I'm not sure if he told you.
So he planned out that part as well.
The mayor learned about the sacrifice attacks through his own means, but lacked an opportunity to take action. That warning letter was precisely what he needed.
You aren't hopeless yet. How delightful. In short, I'm more well-informed than your lot because I get around, dealing with all these different important figures. But of course, it comes at a cost. It's only fair. After all, you can't hide the smoke from a wildfire. Rather than trying to carefully tame it and risk setting yourself alight, it's better to let it burn free.
When I helped you put on your little act, killing you in front of everyone, you left the sacrifice core to Hartman. That was intentional too, then?
Oh, yes. And it worked like a charm, didn't it? Now no one cares for me anymore, and all eyes are on Hartman. A perfect situation for keeping the Ravenlock family in check while dealing a cutting blow to the Exaltists behind them. Another crucial point is Vivian and Phaethon. I must sever any ties they have with me or Mockingbird. Although I feel bad for Phaethon about what happened, but it had to be done. That's the only way they would be safe, allowing the plan to continue.
So, with no one noticing him, he's keeping us safe at the same time. Clever, Hugo, I'll admit.
I noticed that you never turned your blade toward Master Proxy. So, those words you said back then were also...
I will bloody my hands. I will carry the weight of my sins. I will become the Abyss. Obviously, it was all an act. My acting has always been impeccable, as you know.
Elsa, you had me going.
Hugo, you're taking such a tremendous risk. Why?
Would you believe me if I said it's for justice?
Probably not. This is Lycon we're talking about here.
But unfortunately, it's not. I want revenge on the Ravenlock family. And I will make sure that despicable excuse for a human being, Hartman, suffers a slow, torturous end.
Honestly, I'd be all for it.
Of course. I also promised Vivian that I would help her investigate the whole thing with the Exaltists. That's all.
You don't look too good. Is it your wounds?
No. This is the first problem I plan to resolve. Lycon, do you have a place that is sufficiently discreet, quiet, and can take a lot of damage?
Lycon leads Hugo to a small warehouse in Port Elpis. Hugo looks quite pleased with the place. After scanning the area for a moment, he sits down on a chair, pulls out some rope, and ties himself up. What? Why?
What exactly are you doing?
Don't look at me like that. If I didn't have to do this, I wouldn't.
Hugo, mind explaining what this is about?
Hartman recently obtained a bizarre substance, most likely from those crazy Exaltists. After use, it allows control of the victim's mind. To some extent.
You were dosed with it.
To be more precise, Lycon, I deliberately allowed Hartman to put this drug in my cup to facilitate our previous collaboration.
Okay. Hugo tells Lycon of what happened back in the private suite when he was negotiating with Hartman. The only reason Hartman agreed to work with him was because of this. Because he had drugs that were liquid. Oh. After that, every time Hugo and Hartman met up, the latter would always add a small dose of that drug into Hugo's cup, and then ask questions, attempting to glean information.
After finding out about it, I quickly found someone to help analyze its composition. The good news is he gave me a very low dosage, perhaps because he was afraid I might notice.
Of course.
There's a different medication that can delay its onset, preventing me from actually being under his control. I simply need to put on a show in front of my dear uncle. The bad news is that currently there is no antidote.
Ah. Damn.
When I delay those effects, however, they will accumulate and erupt when my body reaches its limit. It may even break my mind.
Okay, and tying yourself up to this chair and putting yourself in a place that can take a lot of damage is so you can let it go off without harming anybody or hindering anything. I see.
And that's exactly what's happening now. I need to endure those accumulated consequences. So, I will lock myself in this room for however long that takes. I've tied my limbs to prevent me from smashing this place or accidentally hurting myself. Anyway, after you leave, Do not open this door, no matter what you hear.
I recommend seeking professional medical assistance.
This is advice I received from a doctor. Or are you saying you don't believe I can make it? So, I can't. Come find me here at the scheduled time. All you need to do is smile and await my victory.
What if I want to stop you?
You know you won't succeed. You never have. And you never will. Well, time is short. Let's begin.
Oh boy.
I understand. Don't die, you stupid bastard.
This is not going to be pretty. After who knows how long, and after enduring seemingly endless pain, Hugo finally awakens. The ropes that bound him had come undone, though he didn't know when that had happened. Hugo checked himself over. Thankfully, he hadn't injured himself that badly while he was going crazy. After some time, Hugo straightens out his attire and takes himself up, then opens the warehouse door.
Is this because the side effects haven't worn off yet?
Oh boy. That's not good.
Lycon's late. I'm surprised. Or is something wrong with time itself? Looks like someone's over there. Might as well go ask.
That's Robin. It's all your fault. Why were you born with those eyes? If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be in this mess. I had made it. I had endured for so long, all those years of planning. I was so close. He already agreed. You, go and beg him to reconsider for me, okay? Tell him to do anything. Tell him to take me back. No, he won't want to see you now. You can't go and see him. Mother. Oh, that's his mom?
It's all your fault. I wish I had never given birth to you.
The woman's face is distorted with hatred, as if the person before her is not her child, but an enemy who destroyed her future. She blames all her misfortune on this innocent child. Fucking hell. And I thought Hugo's adopted family sucked.
Everything will get better if you just die, right? If you die, he'll come back. We'll have another, more perfect child. One who will inherit the Ravenlock family bloodline. Then I'll be able to escape this pain. So, Hugo, for the sake of Mommy's happiness, just die, okay?
I have no words for this. I really don't. She raises her hand to a pair of scissors, the tip gleaming with chilling light. She thrusts the sharp point towards Hugo's paler eye. Then she suddenly vanishes, as if she had never existed at all. Okay, so maybe the effects aren't all the way gone yet.
So, I wasn't awake yet after all.
That's because you don't want to wake up again.
Okay, that's startling. Inner demon, and he took the form of a bamboo, no less. That is terrifying.
Who are you?
I am you. Hidden deep within your heart. Your most true self. You want to kill her, don't you? Your so-called mother. Every time she beat you without reason, when she tried to gouge out your eyes, when she sold you into that hell, laughing all the while. You wanted to be the one to end her life. Why not admit your hatred? As you are, you can hunt her down and make her pay for the living hell of a childhood she made you suffer.
Yes, I hate her. I hate her because she was foolish and shallow, greedy and stupid. I hate her because she doesn't deserve to be a mother. She did everything she could to try and get into the Ravenlock family, believing she could live a life of luxury without having to do anything and never realizing she was a pawn, discarded from the very beginning. So she chose to blame me. Blame me for my heterochromia. Blame me for my very existence. But I won't kill her, because I know it won't change anything. She was incapable of loving me, just as she is incapable of loving herself.
Have you been brainwashed by that dog? Keeping up the act of being some magnanimous and forgiving fool?
Don't compare us. I've simply come to understand love or hate. I make my own choices, and they have nothing to do with anyone else.
She sold you to the Ravenlock family for a huge sum of money. She used that money to start a new life without you. While she was indulging herself, you were going through hell in the Ravenlock Manor. Does it not torment you? Do you not feel the hatred? Do you not want to demand answers?
I hate to admit it, but this little demon makes a compelling argument.
Kill her. Only by killing her can you be truly free.
For a long time, I thought the same way. But now, well, I want to make a different choice.
Stop lying to yourself. You never had a choice. This weak-minded thinking will only lead you to failure. Like before, you'll be nothing but a worm, trampled into the dirt by those so-called elites. Do you still not get it? This is how the world is, and always has been. Hesitate and you'll be the victim. If you don't grab your knife first, you'll end up being on the other end of the blade. If you want to change anything, you must first become the one who makes the rules. Just like that woman. The only reason she could treat us that way was because we were weak. So listen to me. Find that woman, kill her, and prove to this world your strength. It's what she deserves. Why forgive them? They don't deserve it.
No, hold on. Just because he doesn't want to kill her doesn't mean he forgives her.
I'm not forgiving them. Or rather, I don't care about them. They don't even matter, at least not yet. You know, perhaps the person I hate the most, the one I truly cannot forgive, has never been someone else. But rather my weak, powerless past self who could do nothing but hide inside a closet and cry. I hate myself for having neither the strength nor the courage to resist. I hate myself for begging for so-called familial love, even after being treated so terribly. I hate that despite the pain of my wounds, I still hope to receive the carrot and not the stick. And that means you. Correct. So, I forgive you. I forgive myself.
You'll regret this, fool. Your pretty words mean nothing. You will ultimately return here to me.
After an intense bout of dizziness, Hugo awakens in the dark warehouse. The ropes that bound him had come undone at some point. Hugo takes a deep breath of the damp air and stands up. He straightens out his attire and tightens himself up. Then he opens the warehouse door. Hopefully to reality this time.
I see.
Nope.
This is still an illusion.
Unfortunately.
I wonder who's going to show up this time.
Find Serena.
Brother!
Hmm?
Hugo, let's play hide and seek! I'm already hiding!
Clearly.
You'll find me, right? Like you always do!
Serena.
That was the girl he betrayed, right?
You're looking in the wrong place.
Well, that's not terrifying in the slightest.
Even better hiding spot this time. Harder to find than any place you showed me. Hey, Hugo. Do you ever wonder why I had to die?
It was because of me.
That's right. It was because of you. It's all your fault. If only you didn't exist, I wouldn't have had to suffer.
Jesus. Like up there. Gang with the teddy bear in the chair. Okay.
Still looking in the wrong spot. I can't believe you still haven't found me after all this time. Have you forgotten about me?
I haven't forgotten.
It's okay. I'll forgive you. I'll still be nice to you, just like before. I was the only one who was ever nice to you, wasn't I?
True.
Yes.
Then tell me, why do good people always suffer?
And the voice distorting again.
Why is kindness always punished instead? Tell me, Hugo, why? Hugo, are you lost? Go back the way you came. I left you a surprise there.
Oh, that's terrifying to think about. What a cruel bastard. As expected of a disgusting bastard. Lady Serena was so nice to him, yet he... How does he still have the nerve to stay in this house? They shouldn't have let him in from the start. Filthy, lowly blood. Curses and insults encircle Hugo, piercing his skin like frozen knives. The mockery and rage form a wave that crashes through him, threatening to drown him. Then, as the cacophony reaches its peak, it goes silent. The air seems to congeal into silence, deep and oppressive. It is as if time stood still, with only his rapid heart echoing.
I told you that you would eventually return.
And just like that we did, unfortunately.
We meet again, my friend.
Can we really call him a friend at this point?
I told you, I am you. The side of you that you've always tried to deny existed.
Of course. I know. This time it's about Serena. Right?
Yes, your half-sister, and the only child in the Ravenlock family who was kind to you. Unfortunately, it was her kindness that led to her untimely death. It was my fault. I don't like the way you blame yourself, because that means I'm to blame as well. And I don't think I did anything wrong.
Oh, here we go with this.
Your mother sold you to the Ravenlocks. And your father, he saw your talent and wanted to use you to push the other children into competing with each other.
My brothers and sisters wanted to get rid of me from the moment they first saw me.
In their eyes, you were no more than a slave. But Serena dared to treat you, a slave, as if you were human. And so, she was fated to die.
They tried to kill me many times, but I was careful. And they did not succeed.
So they killed Serena, who was weaker, an easier target, and pinned everything on you. Serena died in your place.
Oh, that's what happened.
Those cruel brats thought that by reporting this to Father, they could use it to get rid of you, a rival who threatened their positions. Yet, not only did Father not blame you for the incident, he praised you for it.
In this world, only the ruthless, cruel, and merciless can stand at the top.
And that's exactly what you managed to live up to, no? You found a perfect opportunity thereafter to catch the ringleader of the group who framed you and almost beat him to death. Oh, you should have seen the expression on your face back then. Oh, crazed and manic with utmost delight.
I don't remember that.
Seemingly unsatisfied with this answer, the inner demon transforms into him again.
Here you go again, trying to deny your desires. Deep down inside, you've always wondered, asking yourself why these evil people never got the punishment they deserved. Why the world is so unfair. Don't you want to rip them to shreds? Just like that day when you beat that boy's face into the dirt until he was barely recognizable. His disgusting blood staining your fists. Recall your exhilaration, your cathartic release of rage, that outpour of hatred. That victory belongs to you. You deserve it.
Those brothers and sisters of mine are all dead. I cannot take revenge against the long deceased.
They died by Hartman's hand. Dying in the power struggle to become the Ravenlock family's heir, rather than by our scythe. Boring.
You would find that boring.
Boring? I find it hilariously ironic. Children who would murder their own kin for scraps of power dead at the hand of their uncle who followed their example.
When you think about it, yeah, it is a bit ironic.
Is that not karma? Power struggles, pitting kin against each other, betrayal, suspicion, and hatred between people of the same blood. It's like a curse, written into the Ravenlock family's genes. laughably stupid.
Don't forget, my dear, that the same blood flows through your veins.
As if to prove his words, the inner demon transforms into Hartman.
That's right, my dear nephew. No matter how much you deny it, the blood of the Ravenlock family flows through your veins. Survival of the fittest. Only the strongest deserve to live. Only the strongest deserve to rule. This is the path of success that has led the Ravenlock family to victory countless times. A blessing and a curse etched into your flesh and blood. As long as you live, you'll never escape the mark of family. You are destined to one day become someone like me, like your father.
Is that fear I sense? I can see you trembling. Why does the Ravenlock bloodline terrify you so?
I won't become like my father. Never.
That's where he has to draw the line.
You won't become a failure like him. So relax. Our power eclipses him, and so does our ambition. So, do not deny your own desires. Do not resist your own ambition. This is the talent you were born with. The best gift fate has ever given you. Admit it. Deep within your heart lies a spark, yearning to ignite a raging inferno that will burn everything down. And I am that spark.
After an intense bout of dizziness, Hugo's awakens in the dark warehouse. Again. The walls around him had come undone at some point again. Hugo takes a deep breath after damp air and stands up. Straightens his attire, tightens himself up, and opens the warehouse door again into
Lygon.
Another illusion.
Never thought I'd be this genuinely thankful to see you. Seeing you means this never-ending nightmare is finally over, right?
I don't think it is just yet. For like, this inner demon's going to hit the final nail in the coffin with this. Why did you break our oath? Why did you use me? My eye, these legs, they were all your fault. You know, you are exactly like your father. Like, at this point, he has to know.
I don't want to hear something like that from you. You have no idea what that man, my father, is really like.
A person who stops at nothing for their own interests and ambitions. Just like what you're doing right now.
And what do you think I'm doing this for?
All of this was part of your plan. You knew where the Ravenlock family was going to be, so you set Mockingbird's target there. To seek revenge, you plotted to assassinate your own father, but he was too vigilant, and you failed. After almost being assassinated, your father was furious and locked everyone in the hall, but was unable to find the assassin.
And what a coincidence that a hollow disaster just occurred in the vicinity. So he used it to eliminate all the unfamiliar faces there, turning them into victims of the hollow, an easy feat for the Ravenlock family. So, the one who killed innocents was my father, not me.
You knew what choice an extremist like him would make, and you used the chaos to once again attempt an assassination. This time you succeeded. You killed your own father, at the cost of innocent lives. Admit it, Hugo. You don't care about anyone else. The only thing you care about is your revenge. How is that any different from your father?
Enough. I'm tired. I may hate him for betraying me, but he wouldn't say something like that.
Right, Hugo knows Lycon better than that.
What? You aren't Lycon. You're the other me. Hidden deep within my heart.
Hugo takes a deep breath and slowly opens his eyes. Lycon is gone, and in his place is that familiar figure. Without a doubt, he is still within an illusion.
I've been waiting for you, my dear.
It seems you've already grown accustomed to this place. Even turning the tables on me.
Yep.
Just as you said, you are me, and I am you. There's no such thing as having an advantage over oneself. We are ultimately one and the same. Forever inseparable.
Then you should know what I want to say. When you and Lycon split, you didn't even try to clear up the misunderstanding, didn't deny or argue against what he said. Because you realized that deep down, he was right about you. You just hadn't acted on it yet. Some people live only to bring more suffering into this world.
For that, I must stain these hands in blood.
That's right. Just like what you said before you faked your death. Were those words really just an act? To slay the dragon, you must first become one with sharp claws, winding fangs, and strength enough to destroy anything. You know the truth better than anyone. If you hadn't hesitated and instead seized the first opportunity to kill your father, none of what followed would have happened. Innocent civilians wouldn't have died. Your partner wouldn't have lost an eye and both legs trying to save people. And Mockingbird would have never gotten to that point. You can save more people. Save good people. Save more lives than the evil ones you take.
I've spent countless hours in regret over that incident.
So why not submit to your true nature? You want to be the judge, jury, and executioner of this world. And you can.
I wasn't responsible for Father's death. The true mastermind is my uncle, Hartman.
Hartman?
His schemes to kill the head of the family were all so he could take control. Mockingbird was simply unlucky enough to get caught up in it. So, for a behemoth like the Ravenlock family, with its roots so deep, a single person's death, regardless of who that person is, wouldn't change anything. Of course, whether it's Tops, the Mayflower family, or even the entire world, it's actually all the same. I refuse to be dragged down by pointless hatred any longer.
You foolish, stubborn idiot. Do you understand the power of hatred? Have we not come this far precisely because of it? Or are you going to follow Lycon and Jack's twisted logic? Come on. You don't actually trust anyone? Otherwise, why would you hide this whole scheme of faking your death from them? You've built an impenetrable wall around your heart, keeping everyone out. Of course you are right to do so. No one in this world can be trusted. Always. All you'll receive is hatred from your own blood and no love. Suspicion from your companions, and betrayal that comes all too easily. But the most ridiculous thing is that you want them to trust you. You stay silent and long for them to notice your suffering. You yearn for your companion's understanding and trust. Idiot. That's why you are incapable of exploiting them for your own ends. You care about their safety even more than your own.
And just what is wrong with that?
But remember, only the weak need companions. And we are children born from hatred. We are different from them. I will never be like them. And I don't need to be. Come. Let me show you what powers we can wield.
But you are me, and I'll never lose to myself.
So we're finally fighting back? Oh, that's cold. Sod there. Character intro. Hugo. When an EX special attack or ultimate hits a stunned enemy, the totalize effect is triggered. This effect increases the skill's damage multiplier based on the enemy's remaining stun duration at the moment of activation. After triggering totalize, the enemy will immediately recover from stun and a certain amount of days will be inflicted based on the remaining stun duration.
Think about all the injustice you've suffered. If you choose to forgive, you're betraying yourself. You know that.
Letting you consume me would be the real betrayal to myself.
I have you now.
Oh, I'm playing with it. Gotcha. An enemy for the totalize. Gotcha. Nope. There's that red flash.
From mercy.
Oh, why not clean with it?
You're too scared to face your true self and what you truly desire.
Damn. That's the wrong button. Totalize. Nope.
Are you trying to kill me? You think you can just get rid of me?
I like to think so.
Without me, you are nothing.
For what it's worth, thank you. Don't be afraid. You and I are inseparable. You're part of me, just as I am part of you.
Fancy words won't change anything.
No. It's not just platitudes. I finally understand now. Some pain only fades when it's seen. When it's accepted.
True.
So I won't fight you anymore. I won't hate myself anymore. Weakness, hatred, malice, strength, forgiveness, justice.
Finally, it's time to meet up with Lycon. For real this time.
Hugo, it's time. Hugo, you...
Did I scare you?
Ugh, the amount of hell he put himself through.
I won. No praise from me, my dearest partner.
Okay, that was clean. Whole inner demon sequence and everything.
This is just like what I saw in my dream.
Except it's peaceful. No annoying inner demon whispering in your
Guess
ear.
there are still some lingering side effects.
I never want to think about how long he was in there. That was utter hell to go through for him.
Ah, my former partner. You're still as punctual as ever.
Are you sure you're fully recovered?
How about we fight? And I'll show you how recovered I am.
I refuse to fight someone who is in need of medical attention.
Lycon falls silent for a moment and eventually hands over a coin. No, looking at the packaging, it's not a coin, but a familiar chocolate.
How thoughtful. I'm touched. Or perhaps is this simply part of Victoria Housekeeping's professional care?
I'd rather you not starve to death.
He was in there for a while. He knows how long he's eaten. It's been since he's eaten.
Not to your liking. I'm fairly certain this is the same kind as before.
No. I've just gone too long without food. It feels a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, that will do it.
Either way, thank you.
Now tell me, what exactly happened in the warehouse?
Just going a bit crazy from... you know what? Were you expecting anything else? But... I did have a very long dream. A dream about many things from the past.
More like a nightmare.
If I had to put it into words, it would be like giving myself psychological therapy.
If you can call it that.
You seem like you could benefit from some too. How about it? Want to book a session with me? Trust me, I'm a pro.
Absolutely not.
Seems you really have recovered.
He must be if he's cracking jokes like that.
Well, of course. I'm feeling pretty great right now. Like I could argue with you all day on every petty detail of who exactly was in the wrong back then.
Please don't.
I wanted to ask, what you said about Mockingbird before, when you faked your death, was that part of the act?
You mean the part about how Mockingbird has never really changed anything or saved anyone. I didn't expect you to still be so hung up on this. Interesting. After all, it was you who chose to betray Mockingbird. To betray me.
Just as I said before, I never considered Mockingbird a failure. Perhaps Mockingbird deviated from its origins, but it has its value.
That it does.
You shouldn't reject the things you've done. Or Mockingbird.
I have contemplated this before. Yes. Mockingbird has helped some people and has genuinely managed to cause trouble for those who abuse their positions of power for evil. Yet those in high positions still possess immense resources, and the people we helped remain destitute and suffering, willing to become slaves to those in power for scraps. But just as you said, even if what we did was childishly idealistic and flawed, As little as we actually achieved, even the slightest change is by no means meaningless. Nothing holds more value to me than Mockingbird.
Hugo stares out at the ocean. A gentle breeze lifts his golden locks. The sunlight glances off both of his eyes.
All right, let's catch up later. I still have things to do and need to wrap up my plan.
I thought you would rest up first.
As much as I would prefer that. My dear uncle and the Exaltist fanatics likely would not give me such an opportunity.
Most likely.
If all has gone to plan, the fish will have taken the bait already. And if everything goes very well, I'll soon have solid evidence of the Ravenlock family's crimes. Well then, thank you for your assistance, former partner. Let's part ways here.
I'll go with you.
Lycon, surely you don't think that because I just recovered, I'm too weak to deal with those useless fools.
Hartman's actions will disturb the safety of New Eridu. As I serve the mayor, I should intervene.
Very well, whatever. Let's go. And don't slow me down.
Before that, don't you have something to tell me? What do you mean? Don't play coy with me. I know you're not spilling your whole plan. So you kick things off by approaching Edmund from the top spigots. How did you manage to sweet-talk him? Good question. I am a bit of an illegitimate child, but I still have that Ravenlock family blood running through my veins. Funny enough, this Lord Edmund thinks direct lineage is way more noble than the side branches, which is absolutely laughable. So I played his arrogance to my advantage. And let's be real, I had some juicy intel to swap with those high rollers, but that's Mockingbird's secret, so I can't let any outsiders in on it. Was the sacrifice core from the mayor's lab your handiwork too? You could say that. The security there is no joke, so I had to leverage Tops for some extra intel. After all, as you know, they've got plenty of moles planted next to your mayor. And it was you who drew the sacrifice core up for auction to lure in the Exaltists. You knew they'd be all for it. Yep, I embedded the sacrifice core right into the robe of heroes. They actually matched pretty nicely, don't you think? Classic you. I heard that after the auction, they found a stash of counterfeit dennies. Feel free to take wild guesses, but honestly, I think those dennies would rather be out in the wild than sitting in those hoity-toity accounts. Then you found Hartman and talked him into a partnership, getting your hands on more intel on the sacrifice and the Exaltist. After that, you sought that crime warning letter to the mayor, giving the city a legit reason to spring into action. Yep, that was spot on. Look at you, real genius over here. In the end, you faked your own death to pull yourself out of the mess, and you used the whole show to redirect everyone's attention to Hartman and the Ravenlocks, keeping the Exaltists on their toes. Hold on a sec. If that's all there is, why did you let Hartman slip you the drug? I mean, you'd have a way to dodge that kind of thing. Lycon, I've got something I've been keeping under wraps. Actually, I've teamed up with your beloved mayor. What? What? Hold on, you telling me? What? Huh? Since when? When it comes to stopping the Exaltists, the mayor and I are on the same wavelength, so we can totally collaborate. What used to be wondering is why he didn't include you in on this. The mayor must have his own reasons. If you can convince yourself of that, more power to you. Just know, if you ever want to swing back to Mockingbird, you can come and beg me. As if. I'll make sure to turn you down gracefully. Of course. Alright, enough chit-chat. We've got bigger things to deal with. Okay, that was a good exposition of everything. Let's get caught up to what's going on and what Hugo has been doing this entire time. But man, that was a lot to go through.
I'm sure you've heard about the missing workers from companies under the Ravenlock family, too.
I guess I could break these. There's some in it.
I know where they are. Those are Ravenlock's men. The workers with them are the victims who were tricked into going into the Hollow.
Come on, let's get them out of here.
Clean them up nice and quick. Oh. Okay, you gotta admit, they work clean. They work real good together. Thank goodness someone's here to save us. Thank you. You're welcome. So, could you tell us what those Ravenlocks did to you before they run off? They're a bunch of liars. They tricked us into the Hollow. They said they had a job with high pay for us, but they kept avoiding the topic after we got here. Something didn't seem right, so I wanted to leave. But then they showed their true colors. They tied us all up and told us they were going to ship us off somewhere. They didn't make you take any weird medicine, did they? Medicine? No, but it wasn't just us they tricked. Another group went that way. I see. Here, take this carrot. There's an exit nearby. We should be able to get out of here as soon as possible. We can't thank you enough. Let's go, Hugo. We must save the rest of them. You sure are eager. I mean, why wouldn't we be?
Bunch of nobodies. Annoying as hell. Kill them!
Good luck with that.
You're welcome to try. Repent!
Oh, that totalized us so much. I wish I could save up for him, but I got my sights set on someone else right now.
And quite a lot of them.
Who are you? Your saviors. Thank you, thank you. I had a bad feeling about that group from the start. I shouldn't have ignored my gut instinct. Did those Ravenlocks do anything to you? Do anything? Well, we weren't doing as we were told, so they tied us up. Nothing else? Good. Oh, right, there was another batch of workers ahead of us. They should be by the roof. Don't worry, I'll handle it. You should get out of here as soon as you can. Let's continue.
Is Hartman behind this, too?
I wouldn't put it past him.
Of course. He threw them into the Hollow like offerings for the Exaltists.
There's the rest of them.
There's more over there. Let's hurry.
It's different this time. Don't rush in. Let's listen in on what they're saying first. I still need more direct evidence to ensure the plan is absolutely foolproof.
All right.
The compensation you promised. It's all real, right? All we have to do is follow you into the Hollow for some simple tasks, and you'll give us a huge sum of dennies. Sounds real suspicious.
Shut your trap. You keep yapping and asking questions. If this is all so suspicious, why were you so eager to sign up for it?
Because I don't have a choice. My daughter was previously caught in the Hollow disaster and suffered severe corruption. The treatment costs have completely drained our family's savings. So that's why...
It's the same for me. A serious illness at a senior age. I need the money.
Who would risk taking a job like this unless they were desperate?
True.
I'll do it. No matter how suspicious. As long as I can get paid, I'll do anything. Even risk my life.
Wait, you people from the Ravenlock family, you're part of a big company in Tops. You wouldn't go back on your word, right?
Don't worry, you'll get every denny you were promised. But before we start, you all need to take this medicine first.
Oh, there's the medicine. The fierce man pulls out a bunch of white pills and gives one to each worker. Another Ravenlock family member seems a bit doubtful and leans in to whisper.
Bro, should we really be doing this already?
These workers keep talking. We're wasting time like this. And the sooner they take it, the sooner it'll be over. Consider it an early release for them.
didn't say anything about having to take pills before. Look, this is good stuff, all right? It'll increase your ether aptitude. There's tons of people who'd kill for something like this.
Exactly. You'll be working in the Hollow for several hours. This is essential medication. You have to take it before we continue. If you refuse, then you can forget about the job. Of course, you won't receive the compensation either.
Lycon, what are you doing?
What does it look like?
Rescuing those workers, of course. There's clearly something off about those pills. We can't let them take them.
Now is not the right time. As I said, we need more evidence to ensure the plan works.
And as I said many years ago, you can't exploit innocence to achieve your goal.
So that's how you see it.
If that's not what you want me to think, then explain everything to me.
You really don't have much of a choice here, Hugo.
All right. It's a little complicated, but simply put, these workers will be fine. Of course, it's your choice to trust me or not. But if you try to rush in, I will stop you.
I hate to say it, but I don't think we have a choice here, Lycon.
I trust you.
Meanwhile, the workers also have made their decision. Except for the talkative worker, most of them always swallowed the pills. That's when the arrogant Ravenlock family member reveals his true nature, saying, "You think I'd let you run?" While forcibly stuffing the pill into the worker's mouth. After completely capturing everything, Hugo lets out a sigh of relief.
All right. That's the evidence. Now we can go and beat them into the ground as much as you want.
Fun!
Don't forget, you owe me an explanation. Also, don't overdo it and kill them. Even if they're the worst of the Ravenlock family.
Not even just one of them, please. I mean, as long as we keep one of them alive, we have something. Right? No? Okay, fine.
All right, Your Holiness, Saint Lycon. Those were...
Who the hell are you?
Why don't you take a guess?
We're the ones here to stop you.
Don't get hit. Can't remember the last time we worked this well as a team.
I can imagine.
Your legs? How are they feeling?
Oh, yeah, automatons.
I'm fine.
And to be honest, I think I prefer the way you used to fight. You had a lot more aggression.
I've merely learned to control my strength.
The two defeat the Ravenlock family members.
God damn it! Who the hell are you? How dare you mess with the Ravenlock family?
Ravenlock. Savor the name while you can, for it will soon cease to exist.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means exactly what I said. I think this might be good for you. Sever your ties while you can. You still have a chance to walk your own path.
The family's honor comes above all else.
Keep telling yourself that.
Is that really what you think? I saw the compassion on your face just now. You're not from the main family, right? That's why you were assigned to these trivial tasks. But in reality, there's no need for you to keep playing this boring game for them.
I don't have a choice. From the moment I was born into the Ravenlock family,
You always have a choice, if you're willing to act. All right, let's end the small talk here.
Hugo delivers a swift chop to the back of the necks of the Ravenlock family members.
Don't worry, Lycon. I didn't hit them too hard, just enough to keep them quiet.
How's that? My acting's pretty good, right?
As always, a certain someone should take some lessons from you.
Oh, this one's from Mockingbird, isn't she?
I'll leave the rest to you then.
Okie dokie.
The workers carried the Ravenlock family members away. Now only Lycon and Hugo remain.
Okay, now can you tell me exactly what's going on here?
As you can see, that worker just now was actually an informant of mine. The pills were swapped out with vitamin tablets.
Ah, okay.
Outside of this batch, some workers have already taken the actual substance Hartman has. But rest assured, the antidote for it is already in development. I found the best in the field to help, and with the data I collected before, we should have results soon.
Well, that's good.
I wanted to ask. The reason you decided to lock yourself in a room and endure the effects of the drug, besides getting evidence, it was also to collect data on this drug in order to create an antidote, correct?
It seems you're not completely beyond hope.
I thought you were just being stubborn.
Sometimes I wonder if you know me at all.
Then, I have one last question. Why did you never tell me any of this back then?
The truth is, I heard everything. That entire conversation between you and Jack. Before he passed away in that small attic. When Jack called you aside and gave you those warnings.
Ah, so you heard all of that.
When he told me you might go down the wrong path?
That's right.
You never said anything.
What would I even do? Scream and rage over your suspicions, or get on my knees and beg for you to trust me? You know there's no way I'd allow myself to do such a thing. Besides, back then, even I was confused about myself.
Jack, he...
It's all in the past. You don't need to explain anything to me. Enough. We should get going. If we're going to reminisce over the past, we should find a more suitable location.
After leaving the Hollow, the two arrive at a place with nice scenery.
Nikon? That incident back then. I didn't do it. It was a scheme Hartman devised to take over the family. It was Hartman who killed my father, too. I only discovered the truth long after the fact. I did indeed attack my father, and I thought he was dead. But he wasn't. I couldn't kill him. And even before that, if I hadn't hesitated, none of what followed would have happened. Even now, I still think they deserve death. But I no longer care to personally deliver that fate. They're beneath me. And
you... Start the finger again.
I know we may never agree on that point, Lycon.
Go back. Let's see.
But I no longer care to personally deliver that fate. They're beneath me. And I have more important things to do. I once wanted to fight against those ugly truths that defined me, but I discovered that the more I rejected them, the more painful it became. So I could only accept that crazed, hateful, and malicious side of myself. As long as I know I will never become like my father, like Hartman, that is enough for me.
You've changed, but I think that might be a good thing.
Don't patronize me. You've changed a lot too, compared to before. I still disagree with Jack's words, and I won't forgive your betrayal. I will walk the path I believe is right, even if I must tread over thorns and through the mud. But I will also allow you to walk your own path, Lycon.
Should I say thank you?
You're welcome. Come to think of it, we haven't talked about your legs and eye.
It was just an accident. Not your fault. I'm doing well now. I hope you are too. On the contrary,
Perhaps I should be the one apologizing. I misjudged you. I used to think you wanted power, that everything you did was for your own ambitions. I thought you wanted the power to pass judgment on all in this world, like a god.
I am a god. I am my own god.
Okay, don't ruin the moment.
Or you could say that in this world, everyone is their own god. There are many things that we are powerless to change. But there are also many choices we can make. Just as I said before, I am the only one who can kill me or save me.
I'm glad you think that way.
Let's go. I still have one last thing to do. To witness the end of Ravenlock.
As Hugo recounts the process of gathering evidence, Hartman, unable to listen any longer, slams the table in anger.
You really think you can take my place if I die? Never, you filthy bastard! Your little tricks mean nothing. As long as the Ravenlock family stands, I can still get back on my feet.
You still don't get it, do you? This was never about avenging my father. And I don't care about taking your place. I didn't come this far just to kill you. That'd be pathetic.
And let's be real, that would be mercy for you. You don't deserve mercy.
Right on cue. Why don't you take a look at this, Uncle?
On behalf of TOPS, I'd like to clarify that we had no involvement in the Ravenlock family's actions. TOPS is officially terminating all partnerships with the Ravenlock family, effective immediately. We will have no further affiliation with them.
Oh, that is just delicious.
Are you crazy? What the hell do you get out of ruining the Ravenlocks? You want to be a petty thief forever?
Thief? Oh, Uncle. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm the name people whisper about. The one who robs the rich and gives to the poor. I'm the master con artist who can fool anyone, anytime. I'm the leader of Mockingbird. The one who turns every headline into my own stage. I have friends who'd catch me if I fall, partners who'd shed tears for me, and allies who always have my back. I am Hugo Vlad. You're the one who needs the Ravenlock name. I never did.
You ungrateful bastard! You should have never been born.
You flatter me. Same goes for you, Uncle.
You leave the Ravenlock Manor on Hugo's speedboat. After reaching Port Elpis, you all wait for Lycon to arrive.
You've done well, Vivian.
You had better give me an explanation.
Yes, he's pissed.
And here I thought this would be a touching reunion. What's with all the anger?
She thought you died, you idiot. She shed tears over you. She was lamenting. Had to take over everything in your place, in your absence. She has every right to be pissed at you.
Hugo, I'm a member of Mockingbird too. And I mourned your death.
Listen, Vivian. I don't want you or the people you cherish to get caught up in danger because of me. I've always been selfish, so I don't hesitate to use you all as variables in my plans. But it is because I am selfish that I also don't want my failures to affect my treasured companions. In any case, if you were in the same position, would you not make the same decisions? Lycon's taking care of everything outside. We should go. Also, Wise, thank you. And I'm sorry for the whole act where I threatened you.
Mm-hmm.
It was the only way for Hartman to drop his guard against you and leave you be. I, Hugo Vlad, am forever indebted to you.
With Lycon's assistance, you successfully leave the Ravenlock family manor and return to the video store.
Master Proxy, although it is late, there is some important intel that I must give you now.
What happened?
Did you know about Hugo's plan to fake his death and everything that's been happening, Lycon?
I was simply playing along. After all, I could not determine whether Hugo's plan would pose a threat to you.
Mm-hmm.
You are a student of the mayor's late friend, and I am obligated to protect you.
You still have that habit of finding awkward excuses when you're embarrassed.
Mr. Hugo Vlad, if you have any important intelligence to share, please do so with haste. I need to return to rest before midnight.
You guys are really close.
You two sure are, close?
For the sake of a certain old fossil's sleep schedule, I'll keep it brief. I learned from Camille that Dina intends to embed the sacrifice core into the sacrifice. Apparently, it will make the sacrifice much stronger.
It'll make it stronger? Oh god.
Sacrifices created this way will not retain their minds and will indiscriminately attack all living beings, including their creator. So the Exaltists don't do this. It would bring them no benefit.
That's where the drug comes in.
But Dina's concoction can control people's minds. If a person takes the pill and is injected with the serum Landon left behind, the sacrifice would be under its creator's control.
Making it the perfect weapon for Dina.
Although the dormant sacrifice has been destroyed, Dina found a batch of that serum her father created and wants to create new sacrifices.
We have no idea where the real core is.
Putting aside the sacrifice for now, Hartman's sacrifice core is fake. We don't know where the real one disappeared to.
The real core has always been here.
Here? In Lord Phaethon's video store?
Where did you hide it?
Vivian, do you remember when I suggested you give that collectible to our dear Proxy?
I remember. But that was just an ordinary pendant. And I've met the person who submitted it. She has absolutely no connection to the Exaltists.
How about our dear Proxy take out that pendant so we can take a look?
After finding the pendant sent by Vivian, Hugo takes it and gently presses on a hidden clasp. The pendant clicks open from the middle. Inside is this sacrifice core. You sneakies. We had the real core the whole time.
I'll take your surprised expressions as a compliment for my little trick.
Little? We've been out here lamenting over the whole core and coming to find out we had the real deal the entire time. Right under our noses.
I will hand over this core to the mayor as agreed, since he fulfilled his promise to protect Vivian and the manager while I was pretending to be dead. I won't go back on my promises.
Yeah, better not.
No wonder the mayor would promote rhetoric favorable to Mockingbird. I can't believe I thought he was actually being sincere.
At least you don't need to worry about the core now.
Since we have the sacrifice core, all we have to do now is stop Dina from using innocent people to make more sacrifices.
Yes, and we need to destroy the last batch of Landon's serum.
Wherever it is.
Hopefully with no options left, Dina will give up her obsession.
I highly doubt that. But, yeah, well, who knows?
All right, that's the important stuff. I'm going to go and confirm where Landon's serum's been stashed. I'll contact you again once I have something.
What's wrong, Lycon? Weren't you in a rush to get back and rest? You act like you're going to turn into a werewolf after midnight or something. How are you feeling now? Relax, I'm not kicking the bucket just yet. But you look a bit more run down than before. Just getting over something nasty, that's all. Risking your neck like that wasn't exactly smart. Maybe you should have... Lycon, remember what I said back when I faked my death? For a permanent and absolute victory, we must endure the pain of cutting away rotten flesh, and persevere through the darkest hour before dawn. Not wrong, sure, but it was arrogant enough. Instead of playing God and picking who lives or dies, I'd rather just do what I can do. Because at the end of the day, a person can only save their own destiny, nothing more. You've really come a long way. Well, I appreciate the compliment. Hugo, you've got a lot of explaining to do. No more secrets. I'll lay it all out. Promise. You had better. After a little chat, Lycon, Hugo, and Vivian say their goodbye and take off. Back in your room, you drift off to a nice sleep. Weiss, Hugo sent a message earlier. There's new progress on the sacrifice situation. They found a large batch of unused sacrifice serum. He wants us to be their guide. He, Vivian, and Lycon will be heading into the Hollow with us to destroy the serum. I'll use the HDD system this time to head in with you. When you're ready, just give me a shout, Weiss. Remember to bring Eos with you. We're going to do that next time, because that whole inner demon part was pretty long. Still, we kicked Hartman to the curb. Now all that's left is the Exaltus, Dina and Camille, and the sacrifice. Right under our noses. He had the core left with us right under our freaking noses, I swear. But it's going to be it for today, Masters and Misses. Thank you all for watching, and as always, until next time, we hope to see you again soon.